So you might wonder why this conversation matters. Why are we having this conversation? Economic uncertainty affects every layer of society, from individuals to entire congregations. Rising cost of living and inflation create financial strain, leading to stress that impacts emotional and spiritual well-being. And what's at the crux of that, rising stress. I mean, at the end, and I speak to you uh, today as a member of the ABHMS finance team, but also as an economics professor, which I've um, done for quite some time. The pie, the economic pie, is the economic pie, and the reality, which has been the reality for some time now, is that the most well endowed people in our country continue to garner a larger percentage of that pie, causing strain on the people that aren't as fortunate economically. In the US, the richest 1% control over $50 trillion of wealth. The richest 1% of people in our country control over $50 trillion of wealth. And what that means is that the richest 1% of folks in our country could buy the entire housing stock in the United States. They could buy every house in the United States themselves, given the wealth that they have accumulated over time. And that number, 31%, so they hold 31% of the nation's wealth. That's up from 22.8% in 1989. And I need you to understand that a 1% change in that number has massive implications. So for that to change 9 percentage points over time, that's a dramatic shift. The bottom 50% of people in our country, so 170 million people, they control about 2.4% of the nation's wealth, down from 3.5%, in 1989. And so when you think about what's at the crux of some of our stresses, the everyday stresses that we are experiencing, a lot of it has to do with the pie. The pie is the pie. And when you have a segment taking more of the pie, somebody's got to, give up, shares of their pie. And that's at the crux of a lot of our stress, a lot of our problems, et cetera.
This foundation challenges the misconception that preparation signals doubt. Instead, it reflects confidence in God's sovereignty.